We'll see what happens. We'll give it a moment and we will start some music. There we go. Okay. Welcome. Should be streaming, and we will be doing some coding and Modpack dev tonight. So, stream starting soon. We're doing some Minecraft, and we will be doing some Modpack development. We'll be doing a little bit of coding, a bit of testing, checking how things are going, a bit of a progress report on the new Modpack. Alrighty, that's too high to die. Hello Zomalotto, good to see you. Alright, I'm just going to do a little bit of spruiking of the stream in a couple of places, but good to see you Zomalotto. Alrighty, let's have a look here. All right. Let's see, playtesting and developing my new Modpack on stream. Come check it out. Hybrid Pirates Modpack. Hello, boss lady. No. That is a sure way to get yourself banned or muted to ask for that sort of thing. I am not interested in buying your art, but you can follow on the channel if you wish. But if you can insist on trying to do any kind of commercial activity on my stream, you will get yourself banned very quickly. Alright. Just going to do one more bit of spruiking on another Discord channel. If I can get the application focus to change. Come on. There we go. Alright, and one more place I'm going to show this one off is the Pirates server. Alrighty. Alrighty. So, the first thing I'm going to do is fire up some Minecraft. But we will just hit pause on the music there. Alrighty. Now let's fire up some Minecraft. I'll just leave the starting soon going for the moment. In fact, what I might do is jump into the just coding screen that I've set up specifically for this stream. and make sure that my VS Code window is up. Okay. On there. Alright, so we got some VS Code, and we'll get some Minecraft going in a moment. Alright, let's go with that one and launch. Alright. So I've been working on getting some changes made to the book. What we're going to do actually is, while we're here and we're waiting for Minecraft to load up, is we're just going to copy some of this code into another part of the book. And we'll just go into the Drakkar page, and we'll just copy that into here. And we'll just do a find and replace on a couple of things there. So cog we'll replace with Drakkar. And all right, and we'll just check what type of ship we're looking at there. So it is an oak Drakkar. That's perfect. So that means we've actually got everything we need changed there. All right, so we'll just do a save on that one, and we'll jump into the game and have a bit of a look at how that changes things. Is the game loaded yet? The game is not quite loaded yet. Alrighty. Let's get Minecraft up and running. There it is. It's come up. And we will switch to the gameplay in just a moment. Alrighty. So yeah, using Visual Studio Code, we're looking at the JSON file that controls the Patchouli book. And it's waiting for Minecraft to finish loading. Alrighty. Now we'll close off the browser to get things to speed up just a little bit. Alright. It's waiting for it to load up Minecraft for me. Come on, there we go. It's just very slow at the moment. And Minecraft has finally loaded. So let's jump into our single player worlds and let's get the game up. Alrighty. So we're doing some testing on the Patchouli books. And let's see if that's actually worked correctly. Alrighty. Waiting for that to load. Usually it doesn't take quite this long. There we go. Alright, apparently my encoding is overloaded, which is interesting because we shouldn't be sending that much data. Alright. Waiting for Minecraft to finish loading. Okay. And here we go. So, the changes we've just made should apply to this book. If we go into the ship types and we look at the Drakkar, we should, yes, we got a nice picture there now. And we should have a bunch of recipes. Yeah, look at that. All the right recipes for the Drakkar ship. Now we do need to make one change there. We do need to change it so that we've got capital D for a couple of instances of Drakkar. Title. There, okay. So if we save that and we reload the page, reload the book. Now if we go to Drakkar, try that again. No, we didn't save the file. Let's try that again. Okay. Go back here. Reloaded. There we go. We've got capital D in the word Drakkar. And we've got a nice picture there. Let's make the book a bit bigger so we can see that a bit better. There we go. Alrighty. So yeah, we've got how to make various different things. So we've got cannons, we've got sails, we've got ship types. And we're looking at the Drakkar here. And we've got a nice little picture there and some information about the Drakkar boat. And how to build one. Perfect. Alright. We're in an icy biome here as well. We've got lots of jellyfish for some reason. Alrighty, welcome. It's a bit of a different style of stream tonight. Just seeing how we go. But yeah, I'm having fun with this. And this is a pack I'm working on. To give you an idea of what we're doing here, we've got a bunch of different mods. And some of them appear to have some updates. So let's check what we've got. So async particles have an update. So we've got all of these things here. And most of these mods don't have a manual that comes with them. So all the ones that actually make a difference to visual things in the gameplay, we're going to look at getting those documented a little bit. So Survival Islands has a new version. Valkyrien Squared has a new version. Wakes, we're going to leave. Your Reputation has a new version. What else have we got? Particle Rain. Hybrid Aquatic has another update. We're going to leave these ones because they break things. Essential has an update. Async particles. Alright, so essentially what we have here, no pun intended, is we have a world that spawns just islands. But in this particular case, we have a world that also has some frozen ocean nearby. So this one's a creative world. So we'll have a bit of a fly around and we'll see what we can see in terms of the world. As you can see, we've got some larger islands, we've got some frozen ocean, and we've got some smaller islands and regular ocean. So let's have a bit of a look around and see what we can find. What sort of biomes we've got? We've got a nice little section there. Oh look, we've got a villager raft there as well. We've got a stranded villager on a raft. Let's go check that out. Alrighty. And this villager has a bunch of stuff, self-contained by the look of it. Let's go talk to the villager. You managed to get yourself caught in your own net. You're unemployed. Okay. Well, there's an example of a world that would be created by this modpack. We'll head back to where we started, back to spawn. Very cool. We've got a little tiny island there with some spruce trees on it. And then we got the main area where we started. I'm not sure if we started over there or over there, but either way. Alright, so to give you an idea of what else we've got in this book, we've got some information about the basics of making ships with small ships, the fact that you can leash a ship, and how you name your ship, how the different models perform, and how you place a ship. Could use some more pictures there, I guess. Now, leashing a ship, actually, we need to get a picture of that. So let's go back to the coding for a second, and we will check out how that relates to what we've got on the coding side of things. Alright, so if we go back to leashing ships, where are we? Oh, that is the Eureka guide. We want the small ships guide. Here we go. Okay. We got cannons, introduction, Leashing, there we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to add an image in here. I'm going to add a new page type. So this type to be a image page. Alrighty. And I'm going to say a leashed ship. Leashed Drakkar. I think it's a Drakkar. Actually, no, it's a galley. All right. A leashed galley there, and then we're going to put a picture against that. So the picture is, if we go back down here, it's called a leashed galley. Alrighty, so we're going to go image. And then we'll go with those. And we use something similar to what we did with the other text here. So, where are we? So we'll go same as that one, basically images, not image. And we'll go back to this one. So it's images. And clean that up. I'm going to say leashed galley here. All right, and I think that's it. Get rid of that. Now if we save this, jump back to our game. Refresh. And there we go, we've got a leashed galley. Perfect. Alright, so that's working nicely. Alright, so let's do a bit of actual gameplay. We'll start a new world, and we'll make sure we're non-creative. And we'll do a bit of exploring. Take a moment to save. All right. Now, hopefully this this responsiveness is not indicative of how long it will take for someone with a decent computer. I've got a laptop that's getting a bit long in the tooth. So let's have a look at creating a new world. And call this one Stream Test. Stream Test World. And we'll go with difficulty hard, game mode survival, cheats will be off. Alright. Waiting for that to load up again. So the other thing I was looking at doing is consolidating the books. We've got 3 books on making ships. There's 3 different ways to make ships, but we don't have books about any of the other stuff. But looking at the small ships one, there's quite a bit to cover there, so might have to think about adding a bit more in the way of an introduction and making sure things are in a sensible order. Alrighty, so we have a new world. We're in Sunflower Plains, cool. We have some dripstone. We have a floating pillar over there. Right, and we've got some more dripstone and some other types of stone here. Do we have a tree on this island? I do not see a tree, so that could be a bit of a problem for getting things started. What about this side? So we've got dripstone. Do we have any animals? I don't even see any animals. It's a very, very rough start we've got on this island. Okay. Oh, we've got lava. That's always handy. Alright, let's head over to the other side. Maybe there's a tree on the other island, but I doubt it. Let's go into free camp for a second. We'll have a bit of a look around. Do we have any it's a cherry biome, and we've got one single cherry tree. This is an interesting start. How do we get up there safely? Alright, let's have a look at that. How do we get up there? I think we can probably look at getting as much dirt as we can and making a staircase to get up. Okay. That's 9. I think we need a bit more than 9. Let's get a stack of dirt and pillar our way up. It's interesting, the last seed I had was also a cherry biome, cherry grove. There's lots of minerals here at least. We do also have airships as an option in this pack, so depending on what we get, we might look at airships as a way of getting places. Or if we can just make a boat, we can go exploring a bit more. There's some very short waterfalls. A waterfall all the way up would be a good way to get up and down. So if we've got enough iron, we can make a bucket. See some iron up there. Maybe we'll find some iron on the way up here as well. So yeah, as you can see, it's not a friendly mod pack that holds your hand all the way. Although you can get some really easy starts as well. So this one seems to be a particularly nasty start. Let's see, 49. We'll go for a full stack. We'll just make our way around the sides as we go up. And if we're lucky, we'll get some mobs spawning on the grass up there. Maybe we'll get a sheep or two. And what can happen with the mobs is that the mobs can actually plant trees with the regrowth mod that we've got. So we don't necessarily have to have any trees to start with. They can spontaneously grow. Right, so we're going to head to, I think, this spot here. And then make our way up as far as we can without placing any blocks. might be to around here, so let's place a block here. We don't want to fall on that, so we'll put another one there. We don't want to fall on that, so we can probably... We can go up here. Okay. Well, that looks like it's not going to let us place a block there. Probably because we're trying to place it too low. Alright, let's keep moving up. We'll make our way past the lava there. Here's zombies. There might be a cave inside here as well. We'll have a zombie drop on our head, depending on... Yeah, there might actually be effectively a cave up there. Watch out for falling mobs. Alright, so let's go up here and we'll go around the lava. Yeah, it looks like there might be a cave of some sort up there. Alright, hopefully we have enough blocks to get up to the top. There's a cave up here. Okay. Let's ignore the cave. We'll just continue over this way. The heck? That is not a noise I'm familiar with. What the heck is that? It's a bird of some sort. Very strange noise-making bird. Making cheapo noises. What the heck? What the heck type of bird are you? A swan. I didn't know swans made noises like that. They just made general honking noises. Nice ones. Very strange. Alright. Alright, so we got some swans and we got a cherry tree. This is really bizarre. Alright. Cherry Grove. Okay, so we can bridge across to the other. We're going to lose most of the cherry saplings, but cherries drop a lot of saplings, so it's not too much of an issue. This is a very limited start. This is almost a skyblock style thing, but it's in the ocean. So I think we'll bridge across to those other two. Get ourselves some basic tools. Alright. Crafting table. And let's make an axe so we're not chopping things down with our hands. And we'll get a pickaxe so we can get some other resources. Alrighty. I love the mods that make the leaves disappear quickly. Hate having to wait for them to... This one's just so weird. I'm not used to that noise. Alright, so we could We could potentially use swans as food. Hey, we have rabbits as well. Alright. Well. Bye-bye, rabbit. You seem to have done yourself in. Let's see if it dropped anything. Did not appear to drop anything. Okay. Hoping it might drop a hide or something like that. Weird swan noises. Oh, swan egg. Nice. Alright. So we can eat the eggs. So we might leave the swans for the moment. And we'll just survive on the eggs. We are going to need some sort of bed. Alright. Let's make some platforms. And a very basic shelter, I think. Yeah, we don't want to fall down there, for example. We might end up in the cave with the mobs. Nice ones. You make very strange noises. Alright, let's grab some stone. Get ourselves some torches up here. Alright. Enough for a stone pickaxe, which will be enough to get some iron. We get ourselves our first furnace. We'll do all the basic stuff. Basically seeing how survivable the world is. It's part of the testing. Hi, Unchecked Door. Good to see you. So we're just testing a new world on the new Modpack. And seeing how survivable it is. We've got a very, very basic start here. We've got some very tall islands with a single tree on them so far. So we're just lighting things up. We managed to climb up to the top of the island. And we spawned down the bottom. We've got some swans making strange noises at us. We've got some mobs over there as well. So we've got some spiders. We've got a bunch of mobs down there. Let's have a bit of a look around with Recam. Then we spawned over here somewhere. Yeah, near the... So we're on a sunflower plains. And then up here, it's a cherry grove. So, cherry grove. And down here... Now, it still says a cherry grove, but we get sunflowers. That's kind of cool. Alright. So, we're not going to go anywhere, because if we go much of anywhere, we're going to end up with mobs chasing us. Just going to wait out the night. We are going to take some time to do a little bit more in the way of tool production. So we're going to get pickaxe so we can get some decent tools. It looks like we've got just enough to make a sword as well, so it might be a good next step. Alright. Now that's a swan egg, which we can eat if we need to. We can cook the egg in the furnace. We have a bunch of cooking-based mods, the Farmer's Delight and its ilk. But we also have a big expanse of ocean around us. The swans do make very strange noises. I think we'll go a few more of these. There's that last bit of cherry wood there. Cherry flowers. Plant a couple more trees. We're going to have no shortage of wood. One of the advantages of the cherry grove biome. It is looking like a fun pack. It has been a lot of fun to develop so far. This is an early alpha test, I'd call it. So let's place some of these down and we'll catch the rest of those saplings. They'll be useful as fuel. So we've got all sorts of things. We've got, oh, I forgot to actually add one particular data pack to the defaults. But by default, we have a data pack that will make pirates spontaneously spawn with ships. Well, they'll spawn on world generation. I'm working on getting them spontaneously spawning as well, so. Mainly been concentrating on the overworld side of things at the moment because it's actually pretty hard to get to the nether. But I will be doing some stuff with the nether as well. Alright. I think we can get feathers from the swans as well as food, so your noises are starting to freak me out, so I'm afraid we've got a yeah, that was even worse. We've got a skeleton over there, so we probably need to watch out for them. And we do have another swan. We did get some feathers. And we do have mobs coming after us. I knew it would happen eventually. And that is going to be a bit of a problem. Alright. So, we need to get back up. Luckily, we made ourselves a trail to get back up. It's a matter of getting there safely. What with the creepers and such like. Now, the other thing is, with the regrowth pack, regrowth mod, creepers will spontaneously grow in grass. Hey, we got some more stone. Okay. So let's find our way up. I think we need to go this way. Alright, so we have hybrid aquatic for all of the ocean as well. Yeah, they do drop more saplings than you could ever use. Yeah, we've got more creepers than we could ever use as well. Alright. So, if we had sheep, this would have been a slightly better start. But it's not a disaster. It's still survivable. I just wouldn't want to be doing this on hardcore. Did you hear the sheep? We have sheep, so if we can survive long enough, get some shears, we can make a bed, and the next night won't be anywhere near so hard. Okay, don't want to hang around the cave either. Looks like the night might be nearly over. The moon's starting to head down. We can see the sunrise. But we can also hear the zombies. Alright, and there's a creeper there. Run past the creeper. We'll head up here and wait out the night. Keep an eye out for mobs chasing us. Yep, there's the zombie. Almost made it to daylight. Alright, not the best way to do that, but took care of it. And we'll just take everything back. There we go. Okay. Make sure we've got our sword ready to go. Oh, there's some seeds as well. And we'll just take out that that swan because the noises are just freaking me out. I think we get you a little bit easier to get to first. How about you come back up? Yep. And I know it's not your fault you make weird noises, but I can't handle it. Alright, now I think we can also make feather blocks, so we've got 4 feathers now. I think we need feathers or wool to make a bed, so let's get rid of the death marker, because that's embarrassing. Alrighty. And let's see, we have 4 feathers and 1 swan egg. We didn't actually get any swan meat. I don't know if swans produce meat. I know there are turkeys and ducks and chickens. Well, there's already chickens. Turkeys and ducks and roosters. And you can make a turducken, which is kind of cool. Alright, let's go for a few more blocks. I don't think we got any... No, we didn't get any... didn't get any bones from all of our skeletons because most of them got blown up. We didn't actually... oh! Another island over there that looks a bit more hospitable. Might head over that way in a little bit. We've got a few things over there as well. I think we're going to get to that iron. Get ourselves a bucket at the very least. And yeah, we want to make a boat and see where we can go. Alright, let's go with a few more of these. And probably a chest or two wouldn't hurt. Probably a barrel's easier. Cheaper on the resources. Let's pop a barrel down here. And leave a few useful things in there. Like the old pickaxe and the axe. Seeds. Dirt. Rotten flesh. Yeah, most of that can go in there. So we'll leave the dirt. Hang on to the dirt. That'll probably do us. Okay. If we head over this way, we'll then be able to get over to the iron over there. We have a bunch of other mods, so we're at very early stages. I can't show you much of the other content yet. Because we need to actually be able to create it. But create is not one of them. I decided to leave create out of this pack because everything has create. And it makes things a little too easy sometimes, in my opinion. Alright, so... I'm going to need some more wood. Let's cut those ones down. Don't know if you can hear it. It sounds like bees, but it's actually more meant to be the sound of the wind. We've got another island over there as well. So it's about to see a few more islands now that we've explored a bit. Jump up here. Alrighty. So for those who are chatting, if you've just joined us, I'm working on a Modpack, and the Modpack is called, funnily enough, Hybrid Pirates, which is in the name of the stream, but also in the description. And yeah, the idea is it's a Modpack that has a entirely island ocean world, and you need to make ships and find pirates and see what you can achieve. Let's have a quick look with free cam just to see if there's any resources hiding below us. On this one, it looks like it is just coal, which we don't really need. We definitely do need some iron though, so let's head over that way. We do have a cave down there with skeletons in it that we can hear, but we're going to leave them alone for the moment. We have a lot of cherry logs, so I think we'll make a lot more slabs. We'll make ourselves, because we've got lots of cherry flowers as well, we'll make ourselves, we'll save a few planks, a few slabs, a few planks. Save ourselves a few planks. Let's go with 8. And we'll make ourselves 30 more slabs. And we'll make ourselves a composter. Just to get started. So we can start regrowing trees using the flowers if we have to. We can always start regrowing the flowers when we've got more sustainable resources. Alright, that's a stack of flowers. I think that'll be enough to start getting us some bone meal. Yeah, so part of the idea here is it's to get me building things that are a little more interesting. And having more of a reason than just that it's floating islands in the void, or that it's villages in the void, because that's kind of my trademark thing. Okay, so far we've only got 2 bone meal there, but we should be able to get, yep, another sapling into a tree basically straight away. That's great. All right, and we need some food, so I think we need to make a safe way to get back down, or we need to bring some water up here and make a little rooftop, or a little top of the island garden. Alright, so we got some more islands over there. I think we go for another set of rickety bridges to get to this one. Maybe we'll send one straight over there later, but for the moment we'll get our basic catwalks. Between the peaks. We can make these some cool looking rickety bridges later on. We do have access to ropes, so we can make bridges with ropes down the sides. That's a really weird little peak there as well. Alright, so let's just check this peak out, speaking of which. What have we got in the way of resources here? Is it just coal again? Yeah, just coal. Oh, there's some iron over there. So if we make our way round and down, we can get some iron. Might not be a bad idea at this point. And then we can get some shears. Now we can figure out where that sheep went. So I heard a sheep. There we go, there's a sheep down there. So if we get some shears, we can get a bed. Alright. So yeah, really really liking the creative directions this is going to take me in when it comes to building. I think lighthouses would be a good addition as well. I was thinking about adding a mod that adds lighthouses randomly. I think that might be something we have to do. Alright, now we've got plenty more cherries, so we're going to make some more of these. And we're going to get some more torches down. I'm not too worried about saplings. I am worried about mobs, so I think we need to do something about the lighting here. And I think we need to probably fence off this area. Huh. Put some bridges. We'll put some gates in later on. For the moment, I just want to try and put some barriers there. Now I can do that in my inventory, but okay. Let's just chop this one down. Keep an ear out for creepers and things. Other mobs. Yeah, there's a cave down there. We might go down and quickly get some logs from there, and then avoid the cave. Oh, we can probably light that up. That might actually be a good start for a shelter. But keep things well lit over here to start with. Alrighty. Another tree's grown. Awesome. And we do have some more wood, so there's some more stone. We might have to make some better tools. Let's get a bunch more of these made. Get an axe. And I think that'll do us for now. We'll turn our backs on the the world behind us for too long. Alright, let's just go with probably a shovel would be good too, but we'll just go with dirt here to fill her up. That's not a shovel. Alright, so lots of dirt to get us going at least. Lots of wood and dirt and stone and such like. Alright, we'll leave that tree for the moment. Let's get some more torches happening, and then we'll get one more lot of fences. And let's make it 3 more lots of fences. Two more. That'll do. Weren't quite quick enough with the fences. Now, in theory, that should stop the mobs from coming through, but I like it to actually look like it's going to stop mobs from coming through, so let's go with that. Shouldn't sneak up on us from that side anymore. We'll get a few more torches. And hopefully before the third night hits, we can get ourselves a bed. Because phantoms up here is not going to be fun. Alright, we do have access to some coal here, so that's good. We'll go get that. For some reason, chat has been deactivated. That's a bit weird. I'm just going to try and get that fixed. Chat is not showing up for me here. Let me just tell my phone to leave me alone for an hour as well. The chat on my end is not showing up properly. Let's see. No, it's reactivated on my end now. Okay, cool. So did I miss anything in the chat here? Sounds like a fun pack, talking about the cherry trees and lots of rickety bridges. Okay, looks like it's all caught up. Awesome. Alright, that was weird. I haven't seen that come up on Restream before, where it just says chat's disabled itself effectively. Alright, well, that's a quick way through. And it looks like daylight is coming, so that's good. Yeah, we had some iron down here somewhere, I think, so we do need more platforms if we're going to go down there, though. More slabs. Alrighty. Yeah, it's something a little different from my normal streams. I just thought, why not have something a little different to try out? It looks like we've got... I can hear zombies. I can't see them, so that's okay. Alright, so let's get our first iron. Then get some shears, and then get our first bed. Around this way where it's a bit lower to start with. iron is down a bit lower. There it is. So if we can just carefully make our way down. Put a couple of platforms underneath it because it looks like it's on an overhang. Is on an overhang. Okay, that's potentially... Oh no, that wasn't as hard as I thought. So our first rickety bridges are going to be mining platforms, effectively. And look at that, daylight's coming. And we'll leave behind a torch just to make sure nothing spawns in there. These are all bottom slabs, so they should be fine. And from there we should be able to go across to that one and get more iron. But for the moment, let's get ourselves some shears. Oh, there's a nice big island over there that looks a bit lower. Alright, let's go with one stick and one plank, so that'll be exactly efficient for 2 iron. There's a raft over there. We'll find ourselves a villager over there. That looks like it could be an ocean monument. There's something over there. Another ocean monument over here, maybe. There's a mushroom island over there. Oh, that's cool. Mushroom Islands would be a good place to go. There's some cows down there and more sheep. Lots of Endermen. Lots of iron over there too, so... Get ourselves those shears. And let's put a gate in here somewhere. Yeah, we'll just make a hole in the fence and put a gate in further down. All right, got no choice other than to eat rotten flesh at this point if we want to eat something. Let's head down slowly. Oh, we could actually. Let's cook that swan egg. I don't really want to eat rotten flesh. Let's cook that swan egg and eat some food before we head down, just in case we need to be able to heal. I think maybe a couple of guides of things like birds and other mobs that we can find would be useful. Maybe a bit of a cookbook or something as well. Adding to the books that we've got. Which reminds me, we don't have any flint yet. We do have stone though. We can make a stone knife if we wanted to, but we'll get to that. We'll get to the cooking side of things when we've got more things to cook. Okay, now how do we get up here? Was it this way? Yeah, it was this way. I mean, the easy way down is we just jump and land in the water, but then we've got to get back onto the island. I'm not sure how accessible the edge of the island is. Oh, that looks like it's not the way down. The dead end. Right, we have to go past the lava. Which is a bit dicey. Oh, mushrooms. We can make mushroom stew. It must have been planted by the skeletons. It's another thing we get from regrowth. It's spontaneously planted mushrooms. Sometimes they're like mushroom trees as well, which is cool. Oops. I'll just use a slab to fix that. We definitely need a safer way down. I think a bucket might be the next thing. We make a water stream. Now there's a sheep here. I heard it. I saw it. There it is. Okay, so let's get some wool. Oh, exactly 3 as well. What are the chances of that? There we go. We've got our bed. Well, we will have in a moment. And we've got access to copper. Why is that not placing? There we go. Get ourselves some copper. And unfortunately, we don't have access to copper tools at this stage. Well, that might be something worthwhile adding as a mod that gives copper tools, because they are going to be part of the base game in modern versions anyway. Might look for something like everything is copper. And kind of on brand for the current way that Minecraft's going. There's a lot of copper. We might make ourselves a copper roof then. Is that 30 copper already? 32, that's half a stack of copper. And let's just put... Oh yeah, you can probably hear the ambient noises as well. We've got a few mods for things like ambient noises. Atmospheric mods, I guess you'd call them. How about you go back onto the grass? We'll place the torch there. Another one here for good measure. Now, is there any other visible iron around here? No, but there's more copper. Let's grab a little more copper then. Lots more copper. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, if you could give the stream a like, that'd be great. We might get a few more people watching. So, obviously only if you are enjoying it, but if you're still watching, hopefully you're enjoying it. Alright. Now we don't have any iron available here, but there is some water, so... Just head back a bit so we don't hurt ourselves falling down there. Oh, glow lichen. Don't mind if I do. Alright, now can we reach any iron from down low here? No. Okay. Oh. Got more mushrooms. Ah, there's some iron. I didn't even see that. Is that more than one? That's just the one, but that's good. That's exposed iron. That gets us potentially a shield, or that much closer to a bucket. And we'll get some more copper since it's here. Alright, now we also want to look at things like some of the other content in the pack rather than just playing through, so we will get to that. Oh, there we go, there's some flax. And that is going to be a source of string without having to kill spiders. So we can do things, we can make a It's on stone. That's funny. That's alright. We'll start growing some flax. And we want to not be hanging around in the ocean. Okay, we've got some fish down there. That one looks like it's a cuttlefish, in fact. We should be able to climb up this, swim up this water stream. Get up here. Yep. So I do see some iron there that we could probably get to from below. Let's give that a go. I don't have a shovel yet. And it looks like we might be approaching nighttime again. Probably want to have that bed made before nighttime. I'd like to get some iron as well, though. Where's the sun? Just a quick look around the corner. Okay, the sun is setting, so I think take care of that. We make a bed immediately. That way we don't have to put up with too many extra mobs. Once we got the 3 wool we needed for the bed, may as well make it and use it. There we go. Alrighty. Now we will immediately pick up the bed and put it down somewhere a bit safer later on. For now, I want to get up to that iron. I'm going to place our pickaxe somewhere useful instead of hidden away in the inventory. And I may as well make a shovel and be able to get rid of this dirt a little faster as well. Although we are running out of wood. Why is there a dog barking nearby after midnight? Seriously. It's after midnight where I am, and there's a neighbouring dog just randomly decided to start barking. I'm in my garage, so I can hear everything going on in the neighbourhood, unfortunately. It does make it a little difficult for recording lately. Streaming, not so bad. Don't know if you guys can actually hear the dog, but I certainly can. And we can get up to that iron pretty quickly, I think. It's a very thin, precarious platform. How far away is that iron? It's up a fair way. Oh well, we'll make ourselves an interesting little walkway to get up. I guess we should leave some torches behind us. Just so that things don't spawn too much at night. Alright, I think some more platforms might be the go here. Yeah, we've got to backtrack, so we've got to actually make ourselves some stairs. trying to conserve resources here. Not the best way of doing that. That's worked. Okay. Rickety is certainly a way to describe what this is going to look like. Almost there though. There we go, we can get to the iron. And as long as it doesn't fall on the opposite side, we'll be right. Okay, there's enough iron for a bucket and a shield. We've got 4 iron. We can also do an iron pickaxe if we needed it, but I don't think we need that just yet. So, head back down. Bit of head hitting to go down. Let's maybe clean that up a little bit so we're not hitting our heads on the way, the head on the way up and down. Always find that a little claustrophobic. Exactly enough. Alright, better make another pickaxe then. We do have the... No, we don't still have the wooden one. We used it up. We do have a crafting table and some sticks though, so make a new one. Lots of stone as well. Right, we'll just clean that up. All right. I think the easiest way down here is to jump into the water. All right. And we can get back up on this side, so that's good. Another water stream we can climb up. Yes, we are. And may as well make a furnace and get a bucket while we're down near the water. Lots of islands of the mushrooms over there. Looks like there's some icy islands and snowy islands in the distance there as well, so that could be fun to explore. We'll get ourselves another furnace. And we'll have just enough wood to turn those into iron ingots. All right. We've got a brown sheep over there too. We could have got more wool. It's chopping through the whole side of the mountain. And we've got a bit more iron up there as well. Mountain, it's not really a mountain, the whole side of the cliff. Alright, so there is a bucket, which will be a way to get up and down faster than we were. A way to control where we have water as well. At least on the at least when we're not in the water, we can control where we have water that's not in the water. That makes sense. Where we have water on the land. We can do some farming, in other words. Look at the size of that fish. Or is that a shark? Hybrid Aquatic's a lot of fun. Gives a lot of options for for sea life. Adds a lot to the sea life. We seem to have got a lot of kelp for some reason. Let's grab that. That's another food source. And we'll just take the water source up. I guess it's about halfway up the mountain as well. Although, I can't really stop there. Okay, that's not the best way to go. We could look at getting a water source up the top there, riding it up and down. I think we'll take the regular way up for the moment, though. Which is not here. It's around the other side. Where we just came from. More coal. Right, we do have our bed, so we'll use that in a moment. That was... I bumped the right click button. Whoops. Bumped the right mouse button. That was very strange. Okay, well... Actually, that's not a bad place to sleep for the night, if we just make a little more space. All right. Definitely need a better way up and down though. That is not it. Definitely worthwhile exploring other ways to get other islands and other resources. Maybe setting our spawn somewhere not quite so challenging. We'll build a boat in a little bit. Maybe while it's daytime we put a few torches up. Cure this a little bit. Okay, spawn should be a little safer now. All right, we have a couple of trees up here. We can make ourselves a nice little hut. I reckon we could make a nice little hut that sort of utilises some of these bridges that we've already got. Maybe we make the house out of the remnants of one of these bits or something. Now what we do want to do also is we want to start getting resources together and looking at what we've got in the way of books, instruction manuals and things for this world. So I think we make a boat and we see how far we can get to. We're going to need some food though, So, farming. We have wheat, and we have flax. Let's get started on that. I'll chop this one down first. These would be nice too. The sounds reminded me, even though we're not seeing bees, we're hearing wind, and that sounds a bit like the bees, which reminds me. Bees are a good thing to have in this pack as well. Lots of wood though. Certainly worse places to start than a cherry grove. Alright, not too fast about losing those. Any more where they came from? We'll plant another one over this way though, rather than right next to the fence. Would you look at that? We've got over 2 stacks, nearly 3 stacks of copper. But we definitely need to do something about some farming. So, very few sticks. Interesting. Alright. Let's get some farming happening then. We'll get some more dirt down. We'll expand the dirt. Yeah, over here a bit. We'll flatten this. That's our little cave down there. We'll just fill this in. Haven't got much in there, so let's just break that. And nothing in that one, so we'll pick that one up as well. Alright, I think we put the barrel just there. Put our old wooden tools in there, and some of this copper. In fact, all the copper for now. Take one crafting table back. Put one furnace away. those back down, and we'll get on with some farming. Now, how wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exactly 9. Could not have planned that better. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So just there should be a good place to put our water bucket. Nope, over 1. That's close. That's alright, that gives us a good excuse to do this. And now we have an infinite water source. And let's make that a little prettier. It's cobblestone for now, but it'll do for later. A little bit further over. Place our bed. Just there will do. And we'll put the proper floor under it in a moment. Okay. Bit of basic farming. And then we'll move on. That's the border there. Means I need to chop that tree down and place another one somewhere else, but just there's good. So we'll leave that one. And we'll chop this one down. With an axe, not a pickaxe. Alright, so for those of you who are in my Discord or would like to play this pack, it will be released in my Discord for those with the tester role fairly soon. Still in the alpha stages, but I think it's ready for other people to play and give an opinion on, other than just myself. So a bit of a closed alpha for it soon, and let's probably look at moving it into beta not long after that. It's heard a bit of feedback from some alpha testers. So if you are not in my Discord and you would like to be, You can find a description, find a link in the description. And if you are interested in playing on any of my servers, my Skyflat Redux server or my modded servers, at the moment I've only got the Ethereal Airships modded server. If you're interested in playing on those, at this stage you will need to join my Discord and you'll need to apply to be a trusted player. But if I make it to 500 subs and start getting to the point of having basic YouTube monetization, like memberships enabled, then I will look at making the Skyflat Redux server available to anybody with the trusted, not just for anybody with the trusted player role, anybody with the scholar role. It's already available for trusted players, but anybody with the scholar role would be able to play, and that just means joining my Discord and figuring out how to get that role, which is pretty easy. Okay, let's put one of those. No, not one of those. One of those there. Well, that's one way of cleaning up all the flowers. Seems to have worked. Okay. Not what I intended, but it does the job. Anyway, as I was saying, anybody who has a scholar role in my Discord, once I've got to 500 subs on YouTube and have YouTube memberships available, I will be looking at opening up the servers to anybody with that scholar role on my Discord. So, all right, let's put a few of these down. Oh, we've got another. Another seed, perfect. I just want to have enough there that we've basically got a border for the garden beds. Garden beds, farm plots, whatever we want to call them. Alright, and the same over this side. Pick up those saplings in a second. Alright, yes, yay's on a little. Yay indeed. I will be making the pack available soon, and you do qualify. You're a trusted player, so you'd be able to become a tester if you wanted to, if you have not already. And yeah, you'd be able to have access to the pack to give it a bit of a test and play it yourself. Okay. Got 2 more of these. We've got some bull kelp, which we can either cook or we can use as fertilizer. By using as fertilizer, I mean we can turn it into... well, that's right. Speaking of food... we can make mushroom stew. Solves our food problem for the moment. Okay. Now, the other food problem we wanted to fix. The other food problem we wanted to fix was not having any. So let's fix that. Got some wheat. And we'll plant some flax as well. Alrighty. Getting a bit thirsty. Alright. So, we have our basics. I think it's time we make a ship and we go for a bit of an explore. We'll make a boat. Alright. Set sail. So we could go over to the Mushroom Islands. That'd be a relatively safe place to make a base. Or we could look at what else. There's more Mushroom Islands over there. What an amazing seed. And then we've got some regular looking islands over that way. Some stony islands over that way. And we've got, beyond the Mushroom Islands, we've got some snowy looking islands and ice. That could be fun as well. I think over that way looks good. But Mushroom Islands look interesting too. It's a fair way to go. So we might come back to that. We'll just make sure we've got some cooked food. So it's still kelp. It just happens to be a different type. Still ends up being cooked kelp. Dried kelp. And looks like we can make it into, if we get rice, we can make it into kelp rolls. If we have soap, we can make it into kelp soap rolls. Okay. And we can add it to lots of other things. Honey fried kelp. Noodle soup. Various types of kelp rolls. But we need a pot for that, cooking pot. We don't have enough iron for a cooking pot yet. Okay, we've got another tree though. Alright, I think we go exploring. I think we try and get to another island. Kelp soap roll. That sounds unpleasant. Alright, so the flax is growing. The wheat's growing. The sun's going down, so we won't go anywhere just yet. We don't have a house yet, so maybe we'll look on at building a small house. Also, let's make another infinite water source there. We'll sleep first. Okay. So to make this into an infinite water source, we just want to go out a little bit and make it a 1x3 or a triangular shape. I think we'll just go out a little bit this way. I see some cows there as well, so we might go down and get some leather. And there we go, infinite water. Cows are over that way. All right. Make ourselves a quick way back up in the middle of that infinite water source if we wanted to, but I think maybe having a separate bit of water coming down would be the way to go. We don't want to go down faster than the water does, we can fall, hurt ourselves. Alright, now we've got a new waterfall here. Oh, a pillager. Why is there a pillager? More than one. Why are there pillagers? I haven't had a chance to heal yet. I need to find some more mushrooms and heal up. I guess we could eat the sheep. Since you don't seem to be smart enough to figure out how to get to grass by yourself. This would be a good time to start making more food. A really good way to do that is to start getting into Farmer's Delight. So, let's do that. Let's get a chopping board. Let's get a knife and a chopping board and start getting into Farmer's Delight stuff and get some more fuel. More food. Also, I think we need to make a campfire. Alright, the flax is nearly done. Alright, now, where's the chopping board? Cutting board. There it is, cutting board. Make one of those. And we've got flint, so we may as well use a flint to make our first knife. And there we go. And we can chop up the raw mutton and turn it into twice as much food. We now have 4 raw mutton chops. Now obviously we want to cook those. So let's make ourselves a campfire as well. That way we're not using fuel just to cook food. Are these guys still around? I think we might have lost the pillagers as well. They're coming up here. They seem to have despawned. Which is handy. Right, let's make ourselves a slightly safer place to do our campfire. Make this a 5x5. Why not? Aha! We have comforting campfires, which means we can actually heal a bit just from having a campfire as well. That was a good move. Forgot about that. Alright. Once we've healed a bit, I think it's time to move on. Oh, there's our flax. So they don't give a huge amount of... I think they don't give any more food. They just give it to you in smaller bite-sized amounts. Right, so we've got some flax, and we've got 2 flax seed now. If we put that next to the wheat, it should encourage the crops adjacent to each other, should encourage each other to grow. And our flax we can use to make string, or use it to make doormats, daub, flax bales, awnings, ropes, and sacks. Need a lot more flax to do anything other than make string. So we're going to make some string to start with. Now with the string, if we were to go and get some leather from one of those cows, well, that cow by the look of it, then we could potentially, if we got leather from that cow, we could make a bundle. We've got the bundle backported to 1.20.1. But for the moment, I think it's a good time to move on. So let's just leave some resources behind. Oops, not what we're going to do. Ah, we could make some pink dye and we can dye our bed pink as well. Why not? And we'll just place some proper planks there. Okay, we have the startings of a house. Very, very start. Now we do want to get some books, because books are going to be handy for some of the other stuff. But, for the moment, I think we look at doing a bit of exploring, and let's see. Yeah, we'll do a bit of exploring. And we'll just leave our knife here. There you go. Alright, we're going to head down this way. We got rudely interrupted by the pillagers before, so let's head down. See where we can go in this boat. How far we can get. That boat's looking a bit shaky. It's okay. No, it's gone shaky again. This is concerning. Uh-oh. This is a mod called Unseaworthy. Makes it difficult to traverse large oceans with a boat. And that's pretty much what this world is large oceans. Is that a shipwreck or something down there? No, it's just shallower ocean. Okay. Let's see how far we can get there. Can we get to another island? There's something there. What's that? Is that... Well, that's further away than I thought. Yikes. Alright, we got to a small sandbar. Alright, let's go for another half hour. We got to a regular, little regular island. Got some more flax. Lots more flax. Okay, lots more flax seed. I think we grow some flax here. Crabs! Crab claws. Clawsome. We got lots of kelp. Let's pick up the kelp. That's where we came from. May have trouble getting back there. Probably should have brought the bed. Oh, we can make another one if we've got access to string. We've got a lot of flaxseed available here, so. And we have our water bucket, and we have water nearby as well. June grass. That get as much? What's that? Oh, that's our boat. What's that pink thing over there? That's our boat. Alright, well, got access to regular oak, so we can get some apples or something. Huh, there we go, one apple. Dedication bottle. Ah, yes, that'll be useful later if we want to make a boat. And apple pie. Nice. And villagers will buy... Oh. The cook will buy apples. Interesting. You can get apples from other villagers and you could sell them to the cook. That could be a bit of a money spinner. Right, well I guess we'll do another little farm plot here. Keep digging till we got a big enough space for an 8x8. 9x9 really. Don't have any sugarcane yet. Alright. Let's fall that way. Fall that way. Fit one more in here. Okay, we've got one wheat and lots of flax, so let's just plant some flax. And we didn't bring a crafting table. We can make another one though. Alright. Alright, so that's our second farm in quick succession, but that's fine. With a mod like Farmer's Delight in the pack, you can't have too many farms. Crop farms, that is. We are going to need a bed, though. Is it worth risking going back? No, I don't think so. Not at night time. I think we'll just make another campfire. Alright. That does look pretty impressive from a distance. Yeah, we get nothing if we harvest it with a sword. Got some trees at least. I think the island's small enough we don't need to worry about mobs. Maybe. Alright, we've got lots of oak saplings, so let's plant some more of those. Oh, we got a crab claw. Maybe we can eat that. Yep. Now we can get some more apples too. Strip that one. Yep, another apple. Nice. Alright, now we need a bottle for the dedication bottle. And we have access to sand, so... Don't have a furnace. Do have access to the stone though. And we've broken our axe. Alright, so that's 8 sand. We can make glass with that. Now, stone. There we go. Oh, and coal too. It's kind of handy. Another apple. And let's make a better placed fireplace, campfire. What I meant to do before was place it on top of this and then place some stone. So I might do that. We'll make a new axe first. And we'll get a little bit more stone. Alrighty. Can take that out and put some stone underneath it. Then we get some more stone so we can make a furnace. Actually, a campfire on top of a furnace would be kind of funny. Let's do that. There we go. All right. Sun's coming up. And there's a little bit of wood left there. Let's cut that down. Alright, we got lots of oak wood now as well. Lots of oak logs, that is, which can obviously become oak wood. And lots of apples. Nice. We basically deforested the island though. And lots of fish. Regular fish. Some spooky underwater sounds. You're drowned. Let's get out of there then. Okay. And it's raining. Wow, there's a lot of ice over there. A lot of land over there. Got a lot of choices. More crabs. Okay. Got a little flax growing. Big island over that way. Lots of islands over that way. Back where we came from. Got a few choices. Alright, well, I think for now we might plant a little more flax. And we might try heading back to where we came from. See how the crops are going over there. And then we'll jump out and we'll have a quick look at the book testing world and see if we can do a little bit more coding and then finish up. Where was that? Where was that boat? We lose our boat. Coconut crab. Okay. Where is our boat? We might need to make a new boat. We seem to have lost our boat. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's head back to the main island and we'll come back to this world because this looks like a fun challenge. Let's pick up the random kelp. No, we have a full inventory. Okay. Wait, if we have a full inventory and we drop the boat, how do we get back in? Let's see. Maybe we cook the crab. Ah, they're all the same, so let's back. Okay, that'll work. Sounds about the same distance. And it's fresh. I know what we're in for if we go back to the other one. Alright, so we've got room to pick up the boat if it drops. We've got a bed back there too, so that's where we'll respawn if anything happens. And there's a raft over there too. That could be a villager. Distracted. As soon as we get distracted, the boat collapses. Okay, so seems a bit more stable here. Oh, unstable again. Alright, back up. Let's take the water stream back up. Ouch. Let's not do that. Alright, we're back up. Now, it's just the cow over there. Must be. Thought I had more cows. Alright, well that's a good place to leave this world. Some healing campfire. Alright, so let's leave this world for the moment and we'll jump into another world, have a bit more of a look at the books, and then we'll wrap up the stream. We'll jump into the just coding screen again, and we'll have a bit of a look at what else we can do with the books. So wait for another world to load in a sec. Just jump back to the game for the book testing world. Wait for that to load. Alrighty, so what have we got here on the coding side of things? We'll get rid of the find window. Okay, so we've got to think about naming ships. Alright, so we're in the night time in this world, so I'm just going to use commands because it's a creative world. Alright, let's switch over to the other world. And there we go, we have an icy world, just for comparison, with lots of jellyfish. So we have a couple of books here. We've got Simple Ships and Shipbuilding 101. The Simple Ships was the one we were working on before. Let's have a look at that one. So we've got some info about small ships and how to name them, but probably need to have a spotlight on a name tag in this one. So try adding a spotlight. Where are we? Okay, so we want naming. Okay, let's jump back to the coding side of things. And we want to add spotlight. All right, and I think it's item. Minecraft name tag. See if that does the trick. All right, and that pretty much tells me it's time to wrap up, that the timer's gone off again. So we'll go do another 15 just to get wrapped up. And let's see if this is enough to do what I want to do. So let's go back to the game. We'll just do a reload. And there we go. Gives us a name tag on the page there. Makes it a little bit more interesting. And we've got some stuff about performance of ships depending on the temperature. I want to condense that into smaller space, I think. And then we've got some pictures of placing the ships into water here. We'll work on those. And then we also got, you know, what it looks like, and talking about what it looks like in the third person and changing the distance. So that might be worthwhile getting some pictures for as well. Repairing ships. Good to know. I guess we're going to spotlight iron and planks on that one. Let's do a quick addition of that as well. I can't remember if we can spotlight more than one item on a page though, so might come back to that. Alright, and we'll have a quick look at this other book just to show what else we've got. We've got a Shipbuilding 101 book. And this one has information about the helm and the Eureka ships side of things. And some examples of basic ships. And also how to make bottled ships. You can put ships in a bottle. What that looks like. And these are some placeholders I put in place, so need to do something with those. We got stuff about how balloons work and how to make them. There's more the airship side of things than the sea ships. We've got all the recipes for balloons as well, so lots of stuff we can do with the books. And we can also make a book that we can combine the books in, so I'll just demonstrate that quickly. It's called a what's it called again? It's a tome, but let's go to bookshelf. We would actually make it from a bookshelf and tome. Now let's go to crafting table as well. Let's demonstrate that. bookshelf and a book, I should say. Okay. So, bookshelf and a book. You get an eccentric tome, that's what it's called. So the eccentric tome can then be used to craft that. It'll time out for a second because I tried to use it when it doesn't have anything. So what we can do is we can craft the eccentric tome with another book. That will add the book to that eccentric tome. So we can choose that book. Then we can go through that book, and then this will save inventory space. We can then craft that book with another book. Although it's going to be eccentric tome before it works. Just click forward for that one. And then craft the eccentric tome with another book. Now we've got two books combined into it. And so on. So, bit of a space saver there. You switch between books, left clicking, and then right click to choose the other one. Oh, we've lost a book. Yeah, that's not good. Maybe it's because we're in creative. What's it called again? Simple ships, and we had shipbuilding 101. Oh, and the other one was the shipwright's companion. So there's 3 types of ships we can build. This one talks about the things that we need for Valkyrien sails. Alright, and we then add that one in. There we go. We've got access to simple ships, shipbuilding 101, and the shipwright's companion. But we do lose books in creative mode. Pretty sure it works in survival. Let's just put it back into survival and confirm that. If we're losing books, that's going to be kind of annoying. Alright, let's go into survival mode. Okay. That is a bug I haven't come across. So we're going to need to figure out why we're losing books in the eccentric tome. Good to know. Now we've got, now we've only got the one book. Alright, well, that's probably a good place to leave things now that I've discovered a bug. It's always the way it goes with these things. And that book is massive. That is very strange. Alright, so I'm going to have a look into the eccentric tome and what's going on with that. That's, does not seem quite right. Alright, on that note, let's go back to... see, Shipwright's Companion is much smaller. Alright, well on that note, we are going to do the stream ending thing. And we're going to hit the outro music. And I'm going to say thank you for watching. So, first I'll say thank you to my patrons, the Fantastic Soap, Oni Arrow, and Catsmith. Thank you for being paid patrons. And thank you to those who've been watching tonight. Thank you to Unchecked Door and Zomalotl for being there on Twitch, and for Unchecked Door for being there, on YouTube as well. And anybody else who's been watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Feel free to like the stream. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to follow. And music that we're listening to is by Apollo Music. It is called Cobblestone Generator. And the music we listened to at the beginning was Too High to Die, and also Mud Puddle. So if you're interested in getting some music commissioned, Apollo Music is a good place to go for that. They're quite good at what they do, I believe, and I quite like their music. I've commissioned a few things. All the music I use in my videos is commissioned from them, so at least at this stage. Alright, so yeah, more work to do on the Modpack. Obviously the eccentric tome is a little bit buggy if it eats patchouli books. We need to figure out what's going on with that. But yeah, we will definitely come back to this world and we'll look at expanding a bit further. And we'll look at getting the books in survival on the world we're looking at on stream there as well. And we'll look into some of the other aspects a bit more. We'll look into the shipbuilding and how that actually works. And we'll look at getting a few things into those books so we've got a bit more immersiveness. And we can read things and we can learn things. And it may be a case that we need to have some sort of identifier that says the books are from different places. Maybe that's why they're being eaten by the eccentric tome, because they're all from the one data pack. So maybe we need to specify that they belong to different mods, even though they are part of the data pack. I guess that's something to learn. Learning experience. New stuff. Could always just leave out the eccentric tome and just have individual books. That would be another way of doing it as well. Lots I'm learning about patchouli. I've been going through the demo books and learning the coding from that. And yeah, a bit more to do with the data packs as well. There's a few recipes I'd like to change. I have a few extra things from mods. Alright. Oh, thank you all for watching. There's a little bit of a gap in the music here, which we'll just talk over. And yeah, once the music's done, that'll be it from me. And we'll do some more modding next Thursday. And I'll try and get some things together for a basic testing of this pack for the testers on my Discord. So looking forward to hearing some feedback from those people. Alright, next stream will be on the Ethereal Airships server, I believe. That'll be on the weekend. And hopefully I'll get another hardcore inheritance video out soon as well. I've got through most of the hard part of that, so hopefully another one of those soon. That's the end of the music, so I will catch you in the next video stream or on my Discord or any shorts I may happen to release. Thanks for watching.